in their heart believes that they do more good than bad, but in reality, you don't. Everyone does more bad than good. That's the truth. Like, you waking up and existing is not doing anything good. You need to go above and beyond for somebody else that'll give you like a point, you know what I mean? And then doing some dickhead shit will do minus a point. Everybody is in the negatives. But the thing is, like, everybody, like I said, people, like, even what just happened, like the Charlie Kirk thing, like, people that are that are like celebrating and shit and like happy about like someone dying and shit, like, you ask them like a few days later, like, yo, do you think you're gonna go to heaven? They're all gonna be like, well, yeah, I'm a pretty good person. But then you're like, well, what about you, like, clowning another man for dying? Like, you know what I mean?
You also got to think about, like, is it people celebrating that, bro? That is a ritual. Like, they're ritually celebrating someone dying.
Did you see the thing about like 2 weeks? It was like 2 weeks after he started speaking out against Israel.
Yep.
Did you see that shit?
That's what I saw. I saw a lot of things about that, and him speaking out against the Epstein files and stuff like that as well.
Shit on that nigga, bro.
So
that's why a lot of people are sitting here saying that it's really not, that it most likely wasn't a Democratic person that did it, because he was mostly speaking out about Republican shit recently.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think
and it's a Democratic party that has zero reason to want him dead. And honestly, everyone's talking shit about how, under the Biden administration, he provided it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Well, here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing. What are people aren't mad about? The people that are mad are the Democrats, like, saying like, oh, like, he wanted all people with abortions to die. He never said that. That's the propaganda talking to you. That's like people telling you, like,
that's not, though. Most people are just saying that he basically died in what he believed in. He believes that you know, we have to take sacrifices and accept the losses we have to gun violence each year in order to bear arm, and he did die in what he believed in.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, but I think that's pretty badass, to be honest. I think that's aura. Like, the fact that this guy literally died while standing on his business is, like, I feel like there's no, obviously, I'm not gonna say there's no better way to go out, because there's a million better ways to go out.
I just think it's very interesting how now magically conservatives know what empathy is and everything like that, and this and that.
To be fair, I'm not gonna lie, like, as soon as he got shot, he died. So, he didn't have a painful death. It hit his spinal cord, and you could see his arm.
Oh, yeah, oh my god, I saw that fucking video. It was disgusting, but he went limp immediately. There was no way to survive that.
And you saw how his arms curled up?
No, I don't want to watch. I don't. Come on, bro. Yeah. And
it's a telltale sign of your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
So let's talk about this now, right? So people are fucking people. The main people's problems are, oh, why do you guys suddenly have empathy now because Charlie Kirk died? What about the school shootings? What about this? What about that? And I have the same answer for it. Like, it's the same reason why. You know what I mean? Like, you guys know how many U.S. presidents do you guys know that got assassinated? How many of them got? Do you guys know the answer?
2 or 3.
No, not a history.
All right. Well, the answer is 4. There's 4, and which one do you think about the most?
JFK.
Most people say JFK. Why?
Because his fucking head got blown up in public.
Yeah, on video. That's what nobody desensitizes ourselves from fucking.
Yeah, nobody should have to see another person.
That's what I'm saying. It's the fact that we saw his neck get blown off in front of public in broad daylight in front of everybody, and there's a video of it. And we've all seen the video.
See, but that's not the issue. Before we're saying fuck them kids that were getting killed, again.
Who the fuck said that? Who said that, though? Realistically, who said
JD, I literally argued with someone that sat here and had the nerve to tell me that a principal that would take a bullet, like if a school shooter came in having kids of their own, was selfish because they would risk their life to protect students, and had the audacity to tell me that they were right and this and that, because it doesn't matter. They only have empathy when it's a value to them. If it's in their political view or in their value, then they'll have empathy for you, or they'll have empathy for it. But if it's not, then they don't care.
How is there no empathy, though? There is empathy. Like, I've never seen anybody not be empathetic to. The fact is, like, it's right in front of your face. Everyone saw it happen. People desensitize themselves from death. When people hear about Colorado school shooting. I've never been to fucking Colorado. We don't live anywhere near Colorado. We know nobody from Colorado. So we can't really, we don't want to relate to that. We don't want to try to feel bad because we want to desensitize ourselves to protect ourselves from the morning.
Fact that, yes, we're not from Colorado, but how many kids in there are just like us, the same age as us, a friend, a brother.
Yes, you're right. It's more tragic than Charlie Kirk's, I'll be honest. It is, but there's no video. It's not real to us because we can't relate to it.
But also,
there are videos of stuff very similar being posted about shit like that happening in Gaza and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
it's the same thing.
Exactly, and there's endless.
Guys, I have a really good point. Guys, I have a really good point. Listen. What? Nobody is meant to see people dying in those ways. The fact that that video was even on TikTok is fucking ridiculous, bro. Can you imagine all the fucking kids, like the little ass kids who were scrolling on TikTok and just saw Charlie Kirk?
There's no way it's still up on TikTok. I haven't seen it at all.
Bro, it was on TikTok for a long time.
That day, though, like, can you imagine all the kids who were scrolling on TikTok and saw that fucking video, bro?
Exactly.
Bro, that shit should never be on the
internet. But what I'm saying is, but that's the thing. We don't want to come to grips to that, but we have to. And the reason why it's all over TikTok is because, I mean, let's be honest, there are more people celebrating it on TikTok than mourning.
But there's not.
On TikTok, yes, there is. It's every single comment. On TikTok, yes, there's
a difference. There's a difference in celebrating. There's a difference in celebrating and simply just saying, you know, he didn't have empathy for the school, the kids that died. Therefore, that's not celebrating though. That's just simply basically saying I'm not speaking on it, just like he chose not to speak on it.
It's not, but no. But you saying that is you speaking on it.
It's not there's a difference in celebrating.
Bro, the top comment.
You sitting here saying I'm so happy, I'm ecstatic.
The top three comments with thousands and thousands of likes are the gift of Kylo Ren saying more. I hope the bullet is okay. Whoever gets caught, we can bail him out. Those are like the top three, like bail out the shooter.
That's 3 comments compared to you're trying to compare that to millions of people that didn't like him.
Like I said, when you see hundreds of thousands of people liking that, it's going to draw attention. Like not
majority of the people though.
But that's a lot of America, and it's got to stop. It's okay to say, oh, I'm not going to speak on it. Like, it's okay to say, I'm not going to speak on it. But then when you're like, I'm not going to speak on this because he didn't speak on that, like, you're just trying to, it's L rage bait.
But I'm not saying more so speak on it. I'm saying, like, speak on if you agree or disagree with the fact that he should have been killed.
Do you believe he should have been killed?
I don't believe he should have been killed.
Okay, that's good.
That was a very fucked up thing. It was a disgusting video to watch. You shouldn't be killed because of your disagreements. But what's it called?
I mean,
I'm not going to sit here and cry about it. I'm not going to sit here and mourn the death of a person that didn't have the best opinions and had very disgusting and not the best, like I said, not the best opinions. And a lot of people are trying to sit here and justify simply that he was a Christian. That's.
I think he was all around. I thought.
What the fuck?
Wait, alright, so, hold on.
Keep going.
Alright, hold on.
Did you hear me? Someone commented and said in the end he did lean towards the left.
So anyway, alright, so, Larry, let's talk about this, because, I mean, I genuinely think he was a overall good guy. I mean, like I said, to agree on his politics is one thing. I mean, he seemed like a pretty good guy. I don't think anybody can argue that. Are we really going to argue that? Like, people are like, oh, he was.
Man sat here and screamed how he lives like a communist. He agreed that if his daughter was.
He said, I live like a capitalist. That's what he said. He said, I live like a capitalist every single day. I give charity. That's what he said.
Capitalism is not communism.
That's not.
He said, I live like a capitalist every single day. I give charity. I do this. And then he got mad. That crash out video. He said, I live like a capitalist every single day.
Yeah, and there's the crash out video of him getting crashed out on for thinking his 4-year-old should also not have access to an abortion.
Does that make someone a bad person for having the belief, though? Like, I disagree with that, but
that you believe that
people are calling him evil. That you're calling it evil. You're calling it evil for someone trying to save babies from dying. All right, listen, everyone, stop. No. This is the problem. We are literally in a real place where people are calling someone evil for trying to protect a baby from dying. Like, at the end of the day, that's what he's fighting for.
It's not a baby.
What are you talking? It is a baby. It is a fucking baby.
Katie, I've literally taken medical classes. I promise you, when most abortions happen, it's a fucking zygote or
Like I said, it's a life with a heartbeat. Those things get high.
It doesn't even have limbs, and it doesn't even have limbs until
2 weeks. By 12 weeks, it's had a heartbeat for probably 6 weeks straight.
And it's still a clump of cells.
And it has a heartbeat. It's a heartbeat. Like I said, to protect life, to be called evil for protecting life. So how are you going to call someone evil for defending a heartbeat?
Also, the Bible literally says that life begins at first breath, which doesn't happen until it's fucking out of the womb. So it's
at conception is what it says.
You can literally look up. It literally gives you the fucking first.
At conception, it's a life. That's literally what the Bible says.
Well, guess what? It also says in there that life begins at first breath. So
I don't know what Bible you're reading.
You're out of the womb. You can't breathe through your mother. Breathing through your mother is not taking
the child is alive at conception. As soon as it's conception. No, either way. If you want to argue with this or not, either way, are you going to call someone evil? That's fine, but are you going to call someone Hey, but you're calling someone evil for fucking trying to defend a newborn's life. Like, that is what you're trying to say. I'm not saying
4 years away from that stage should not be having to do that. The 4-year-old is the one that
4-year-old. Wait, first of all, is it even possible? Is it even possible for a 4-year-old to get pregnant?
Yes, it is possible for a 4-year-old to get pregnant.
How is that even? Wait, hold on. I need to look
the
it up.
same way that it's possible for someone to be born with male and female parts. It just happens sometimes. Sometimes genetics don't work the way they're supposed to. It just happens. It's the same way, though, as people can sometimes not get their period, though, until they're like 20 years old.
Well, right here it says it's not possible for a person to get pregnant at 4. Let me look up the youngest age somebody can get pregnant.
Well, you have to look up when they start their menstrual cycle. You can't get pregnant unless you start your menstrual cycle. Like, you have to have your menstrual cycle.
All right, so, but seriously, are you going to sit here and defend people for saying he was a bad person? Like, when you say, oh, he had it coming, he was a bad person. When you sit here, hey, Kenyon, when we sit here,
still on the phone.
When we sit here and we're like, oh, this person's a bad person because he wants to stop people from getting abortions. How are you going to say, oh, like, he was a bad person? Like, that's not, like, defending like newborns is not exactly a...
It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the actual fact that is the example you were given and the way that he responded to that. And it's...
That makes someone evil for having a different opinion as you? That makes someone a bad person for believing that...
So you think Hitler was a good person for his beliefs that he had?
No, I don't think he was a good person. No, because he killed countless amount of people. He killed millions of Jews.
But he had different beliefs than you.
Yeah, he had beliefs that people should...
So you're allowed to agree that he was a bad person because he had different beliefs. I'm not saying...
Because he sanctioned the Holocaust. That is literally what he did. He sanctioned the Holocaust.
You're sitting here saying people can't not like Trump because they have different opinions.
What has... Trump has... But no. But there's no point.
You can't say that you don't like somebody because they have different opinions than you, which that's...
No. I didn't say not like someone. I said call them a bad person. All right, so when you say, but you are trying to compare somebody who sanctioned the Holocaust and extermination of a certain type of people to someone who is. No, but the points matter, though. The points matter. The differences matter. Yes, they do. Yes, they. What do you mean? The points matter.
Trying to simply sit here and say that you like.
You can't compare Hitler and you can't. You can't compare.
Because they have different moral opinions than you. That is my point.
No, but the points matter because we are comparing Hitler to Charlie Kirk, bro.
No, we're comparing having moral agreements and opinions.
So you think
you can have different opinions than other people and think they're bad for not having the same moral opinions as you?
No, because I think Hitler is bad because he literally sanctioned an extermination of millions of people.
I don't like him for certain things that he agrees on and this and that. The same reason as you don't. You think he's bad for that, then. Like, that's my
Yes, I think Hitler is evil because millions of people died because he wanted millions of people to die.
Why did they die?
Because of their... Yes, because in the early centuries... Yeah, because his opinion is that all Jews should die, and they're the root cause of all evil. That is his opinion.
You think he's bad because you don't agree with his opinion.
I think it's bad because that's an insane thing to say. No, that's a genuinely insane thing to say, and millions of people died under him. If he had that opinion and nothing happened, then I would say
Not that insane of a thing to say if how many people were there with him agreeing with his views.
If he didn't.
That's the same as today, but I'm saying it shows that even though crazy things like that can happen, and you sit here and be like, oh my gosh, how could someone ever agree with that? It still happens.
It still happened to this day, but nothing happened. He would go to college campuses and debate people's opinions. He didn't sanction any laws towards it. He would go to college campuses and debate people. That's all. How can you call someone... You just called him a bad person for going to college campuses and debating peacefully. They literally... No, but you're calling him a bad person. No. No, because... No. Because... So the words that come out of his mouth that you disagree with make him a bad person. A universal bad person. You just say, oh, he died because he was a bad person. He had it coming. He was a bad person. Some people say, oh, he...
But did I sit here and say that he had it coming and he deserved it and this and that?
No, you didn't say he deserved it, but you did say he had it coming. You did say he had it coming, and you did... I don't know if you did or not, but it seemed like you were trying to say he was a bad person. Is that not true? Do you think he was a bad person? It seemed like you said...
I think he was a bad person, which is my point as to why I'm not sitting here crying and mourning over it, and it doesn't affect me or my life, because...
Why do you think he was a bad person?
Somebody I looked up to.
Why do you think... No, like, seriously, why do you think...
What do you think?
You're saying that he's a bad person for trying to...
Yes, because he has very nasty point of views. Like,
what's nasty, though? What is nasty? Which one of his point of views were nasty, in your opinion? You were talking about the...
You don't think it's nasty to make a child that young give birth?
You said 4 years old, it's not possible for someone to give birth at 4 years old.
It's possible to get your menstrual cycle that young.
It's never happened.
It is. What do you mean? There literally was a thing where it was like a fucking 5-year-old, and what was it, a 5 and like an 8 or 7-year-old, and it was like the 2010. It's very possible for it to happen, but we wouldn't know because there's not 4 and 5-year-olds going around fucking and stuff like that. But you can get your menstrual cycle that young, and if you do partake in those actions when having your menstrual cycle, you are going to get pregnant. That very much so can happen. It's not the fact that he sits here and doesn't agree with abortions. I don't really give a fuck what you believe in. Believe in what the fuck ever you want to, but it's the fact that when that's the instance you're given and you have that nasty response where, oh, and it's just this snarky, like, yeah, and I ate with my response. No, that's fucking nasty that you think a 4-year-old should have to do that.
Oh, shit, we're still talking.
Number one, no,
yeah,
bro.
Because JD's fucking retarded.
No, she is retarded. No, Mac. Let me... No. Let's go back. No, let's go back. Mac.
Do you think that you can
think somebody is a bad person for them having different morals.
She compared him to Hitler, by the way. She's like, oh, you think we say Hitler's a bad person because, and I'm like, yes, there's a difference between Hitler and Charlie Kirk because.
I can't think Charlie Kirk's a bad person because I disagree with him. So I said, did you disagree with what Hitler did? Therefore, you think he's a bad person because
the details matter, you stupid bitch.
I think Charlie Kirk is a person that was misled by the wrong. Like,
yes.
But his